Hello everybody, my name is Fearless, and today we have another Saltfest video. I'm sure everyone is not surprised. I tend to get a lot of salt for literally no reason, by the way, just playing the game the way I want to. I get salt. But yeah, let me move my headphones out of the way so I can see the screen. Unfortunately, I did not record because, as you can see between these two messages, 9:55 a.m. is when I messaged him. He could have just left it at that, but he responded 2 hours later at 12:21. I don't know why he did that. And later on he'll say some things, and I'll say some things. But yeah, he responded 2 hours later, almost 3 actually. And so I didn't record the match. I'm not gonna make an entire video off of one message that he sent, obviously. And PlayStation, when you record your messages, or sorry, when you record videos, when you say recording, you can only go back up to an hour, and it was 2 hours at the time, so I couldn't go back and save the match. So yeah, I cannot show you. I don't even remember what killer I was playing as. I do remember this guy's perks word for word, though. We'll get into that later. But yes, imagine tunneling. I said imagine losing. Imagine tunneling because you can't win without it. Now, apparently, if you tunnel, it's because you cannot win no matter what otherwise. That is the new information to me. I said I can win without it. I'm allowed to tunnel if I want to. Sorry, I forgot to put the space right there. We had 3 gens done early game. Now, if you just stopped right there, that alone already tells you why I tunneled. I tunneled because the gens were going by extremely quickly. Notice how he literally said early game. You tunneled after you realized you were going to lose. Yeah, that's the reason I tunneled. The reason I tunneled is because I was like, oh, I might lose. So, I'm going to tunnel. So he's just making my point. He's pointing out very obvious facts. And then he said, I can win without tunneling. Like he's trying to quote me and mock me or something. Which, yeah, I can win without tunneling. I'm saying in this scenario, I tunneled because the gens were going by quickly. If the gens didn't go by quickly, like in a different scenario, then I wouldn't have tunneled. So yes, I can win without tunneling. Are you listening to yourself? So you can't? I said I can without tunneling. The reason I tunneled in this situation is because the gens got done quickly. If you didn't do the gens that quickly, I wouldn't have tunneled. If you're going to play sweaty, I'll play sweaty too. That's how the game works. So you're saying because we did generators, you tunneled. No, because you did generators quickly. Notice how I put quickly in quotations as well to emphasize it. Please learn how to read. That's not being sweaty. Apparently, if you get 3 gens done, early game, by the way, I would consider early game probably 3 to 4 minutes in the match. Apparently, if you get 3 gens done within 3 to 4 minutes, that's not playing sweaty. Gotcha. Please learn how to read, and then he put a nerd emoji trying to mock me, which is weird because, as I say, you guys were... Oh, okay, yeah, I said it later, sorry. You guys were trying as hard as you could to get the gens done. That is, in fact, tunneling. And your attempt to mock me by saying, please learn how to read, is invalid because you didn't state that previously. Yes, he's saying that's not being sweaty. Please learn how to read. Like, what are you talking about? You're the one not reading my messages. Like, what do you mean? What do you want us to do? Just walk around. I never said that. I'm mocking you. No shit. You're doing a very poor job at it, but he's trying. He just completely ignores what I said, by the way. So he said, what do you want us to do? Just walk around. I never said that you had to walk around. I said you did gens fast, so I tunneled. I never said that you couldn't do gens fast. You're allowed to do gens fast if you want. I'm just saying if you do gens fast, you should expect the other side to adjust their playstyle accordingly. Why are you allowed to do your objective fast, but I can't do mine? That's the classic question that I always ask, and they can't answer it. They can't answer it because they know they're wrong. They're bullshitting themselves. They can't answer it. Jesus, you're stupid. I'm stupid, but yet you're the one that cannot answer a very, very simple to the point question. Okay, yeah, it makes perfect sense. I'm the stupid one in that scenario. Says the guy crying over the game. Skull emoji. Says the guy playing killer. No friends? Apparently, if you play killer, you don't have friends. That's weird. 2v8 will say otherwise, by the way, because there's 2 killers. But, yeah. I didn't know that, dude. I didn't know that. I did not know playing killer automatically meant you have no friends because it's single player only. That's kind of weird. So you're saying everyone that plays killer has no friends. That's exactly what he's saying. Your logic is wild. GG. And how are you gonna say I have no friends when you're literally taking the time out of your day to message me? He said I'm dragging it. Yes, I'm dragging it, but yet he's the one that responded to me almost 3 hours later and continued the conversation when I literally ended it. Yes, I'm the one dragging it. And that's not what you were doing? You sent 4 messages. I ended the conversation long ago and you decided to message me again anyways. So pressed for what? I'm pressed. But you messaged me. LOL. And the reason I sent 4 messages is because I didn't want to send it all as one big message. Yes. As you can see, I split up my messages. I could have put the LOL in this message, but I didn't feel like making it that long, so I split it up. That's not dragging it. I'm not dragging it, okay? I'm splitting it into different messages because I don't want it to be a whole paragraph. Like, I'm not going to put this, LOL, and this in one single message. It's too long. I don't feel like doing that, okay? 3 more. Learn how to read, please. Because as you can see, I literally said right here why I did it, why I sent multiple messages. And then he just says 3 more. So I said learn how to read because he clearly didn't read it. And then he said it's literally 3 separate messages. I already told you I didn't want to make it one giant paragraph. That's why I'm splitting them into multiple messages. Learn how to count. I know how to count. What? This guy doesn't know how to read. So even if I didn't know how to count, I guess we'd be even. Your attempts to mock me are quite humorous. And I said it like that because I wanted to be a little bit of a dumbass. Read my messages and maybe you'll understand things better. GG, baby survivor. Damn, you must have no friends. So he just ignores all my messages and says, you have no friends. That's exactly what the entitled survivors do. They're like, you can't play a certain way, but we can. That's entitlement right there, boys. Entitlement right there. Join my party and I'll show you my friend. So yeah, I invited this guy to my party that I was in. 3 of my friends were in this party. 3 of my friends were in this party. And I invited him to it. And he refused to join. He never joined, by the way. After like 2 hours, he never joined. So yeah. He knows I have friends and he's full of shit. And he's too scared to admit it. If not, then I guess you're admitting defeat. Gotta be single too. I actually do have a very beautiful girlfriend, by the way. But, yeah, apparently if you play killer, you don't have a girlfriend, though. Apparently or boyfriend. But, yeah, apparently if you play killer, you're single. I didn't know that. That's the case for my friend Finney, but... yeah, I gotta keep that in the video. That's too funny, but... yeah, I did not know that made you single. I said, join the party. Are you scared, bud? And after 2 minutes, I was like, that's what I thought. He said, I'm in a match. Shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. Damn. That's crazy. It's not like I was in a match when you were messaging me. Yes, earlier messages, like, after 2 hours, I was in game when he responded to that. I was in game. And he kept going through. Like, I played probably a total of, what, 2 matches? Yeah, it was like 12:20 when he messaged me. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 matches. And he kept messaging me in the middle of the match. And now he's trying to flip the script here. I said, oh, that's right. I was. The difference between texting and joining a party where I'm trying to give comms. It seems like he was trying to finish that sentence and he couldn't manage. Difference from texting and joining a party where I'm trying to give comms. What kind of comms does this guy give, you wonder? He's like, oh my god, he's tunneling me. He's tunneling me. Body block. I'm across the map. I can't body block. Body block. Like, I feel like that's the type of guy this guy is. You're making up excuses because you know I have friends and you're too scared to admit it. Just admit you're wrong. Trust me, bro, it happens to the best of us. God damn it, you're just so thirsty. Yes, I'm thirsty, but yet, this guy not only messaged me after 2 hours, but continued to message me when I was in 2 to 3 matches. Yeah, I'm thirsty here. Maybe if you would read, you'd understand something. You messaged me 2 hours after I ended the conversation. So you're actually the thirsty one. And then I mocked him because I put a fucking nerd emoji in a clown. You didn't end it. I didn't end it. Okay, I didn't say like, I didn't say like, oh, it's over or anything. I said, imagine losing. But after 2 hours, you would think, oh, I shouldn't respond. It's been 2 hours. He probably forgot all about my existence, which I actually did. I forgot this guy even existed until he messaged me again. But yes, that is technically ending it. I was the last one to message before you started it up again. So yes, I did end it. I did. Skull emoji. And you know, it's funny, I took a screenshot too. 9:55, 12:21. I realized you texted me after 2 hours. But did you really need to respond? He may have just noticed my message, but you didn't need to respond. You could have just blocked me or ignored me, because I wasn't going to message him again. But yeah, he could have just blocked me. But guess what? He didn't block me. He didn't. No, you didn't. You said imagine losing like you didn't tunnel. What? You said imagine losing like you didn't tunnel. I never said I didn't tunnel. Never once did I say that. Never once did I say I didn't tunnel. I actually said I did tunnel. Acting like there was something I can do to avoid it. Now, I was so tempted to just put a giant picture of Decisive Strike and send it to him, but I didn't because he messaged me again before I could get a chance. But yes, there was multiple things you could do about it. Also, yesterday, when I'm recording this video, it's Wednesday, Tuesday, Babysitter literally got buffed. It gives you 10% haste off the hook for 30 seconds. And that's on top of the 7 you already have. So you're moving 117 for 10 seconds, and then for the additional 20 seconds, you're moving 10%. So for 10 seconds, you are moving faster than every killer in the game. And even after that, for 20 more seconds, you're moving only 5% slower than the fastest killers. And if they have if your teammate that unhooks you have borrow time, that's another 10%, another 10 seconds of the 7%. So, like, how are you gonna complain? So let's say your teammate had Babysitter, and also he said he was in a Swift. He said he was giving comms, meaning that he is in a Swift. So he could have told his teammate to run Babysitter. This is his own fault. Also, after the 30 seconds, I could have finally caught him, and he could have just used Decisive on me. There's so many things you do about being tunneled, but yet people seem to not think so. They're just like, I can't do anything to avoid it. It's not possible. There's no perks for that. It's not like we have Babysitter, Decisive, off the record, dead hard, Nah, those don't exist. You literally tunneled the person who wasn't gen rushing. You're on a team. Now, I didn't say the full thing because he messaged me again too soon, but yes. I said you just as a general term, okay? I said you gen rushed. But you're on a team with people. It doesn't matter if you specifically didn't touch a gen. Your teammates did a gen, and also you're in a Swift. You know exactly what your teammate's doing. So it doesn't matter if you specifically did a gen or not. You're still gen rushing because you're on a team. You as a team collectively gen rushed. Okay? And you targeted me out of 4 people. You already had a hook stage. Why would I go for someone else? Yeah, there was 3 gens left, and I had 1 hook, and it was on this guy, so why would I go after anyone else? Also, he was injured. Why would I go after healthy people with 0 strikes when I go after an injured person with 1 strike? Makes no sense. Also, there's definitely something you can do about being tunneled. I looped you for 3 gens, so you tunnel me. I don't know what he's talking about, by the way. He looped me for, actually 0 gens. The first time I downed him was at 5 gens. That's where the first hook came from. And then after he got off the hook, he looped me for 2 gens, and then I hit him at, I got him down at 3, and then he died on hook at 3. So no, he didn't loot me for 3. In fact, his first chase, he didn't even loot me for half a gen, so. I want to point out Babysitter literally got buffed yesterday. So if you are in a Swift, which you already confirmed, you could have easily told your teammate to run Babysitter, and you would literally have run faster than me. You literally would have ran faster than me. And I already explained it to you. The reason I tunneled is because not only did I want to, but the gens went by quickly. That doesn't mean you tunnel because you can't delay gens. So apparently, if you can't delay gens, you can't tunnel. Also, apparently I can't delay gens. I just want to point out, I don't remember what killer I was playing as. I believe it was Singularity. I'm like 90% sure it was Singularity. But yeah, I had no gen defense. I have the build that I always use. I had, what was it? Stabiffle, Enduring, Noed, and Brutal. That's the 4 perks I usually always run. If not Noed, then I usually use Spirit Fury. But I'm pretty sure I had the Noed one. But yeah, I can delay gens, but I'm not using any gen perks. So obviously I'm not going to do good until the end game. So yeah. Bring Poppin's Pain Res. He's literally just like, you need to bring meta perks to win. I don't want to, I'm not going to bring meta perks. I'll play the game the way I want to. I'm sorry, your heart can't take it. And then he says, I'll play the game I want to, in quotation marks, and then puts a nerd emoji trying to mock me. I don't see how this is like... He is absolutely botching this. He is failing at mocking me right now. I can quite literally play the game I want to. He's trying to force me to bring 2 perks I don't want to use. Like what? And then you're mocking me? You're stupid, bro. I'm sorry, but you're stupid. Tunneling because you're too terrible to stop gen progression. I'm too terrible to stop gen progression, but I just want to point out, again, I had no gen perks, and I was playing a Singularity, which, yeah, he has good gen control, but I didn't really get a chance to put down any cameras because I was in chase the entire game. But yeah, also, I don't know how you can call someone terrible when you lose to them. You literally lost to me. So if I'm terrible, you are absolute fucking hot dog water. Tunneling because you can't take a chase unless they get off hook. That's weird because I hooked him at 5 gens, by the way. So he didn't get off hook. His very first hook, I chased him. So yes, I can take a chase off of hook, buddy. It's not my fault you're an easy target. My friend told me to say this. This is hilarious. Like, yeah, it's not my fault you're an easy target. I looped you for 3 gens. 2, by the way. It doesn't matter how long you looped me for. You lost. Because you tunneled. Okay, now this is the part where I'm going to tell you what his perks were. He had Sprint Burst, Windows, Adrenaline, and a Clairvoyance. Does anyone want to point out his mistake? You're complaining about being tunneled, but yet you're running Clairvoyance. So here's an idea, dumb fuck. How about you take off Clairvoyance and put Decisive? Or Off the Record? How about that? I would say Dead Hard, but he had Sprint Burst, so that wouldn't work. But, yeah, and tell your teammate to put on Babysitter, because, again, you confirmed you were in a Swift. So why the fuck are you complaining like a fucking toddler? Simple question, man. Simple question, simple answer. Just answer the question, man. Why are you so fucking stupid? You literally admitted you can't win without tunneling. I admitted that I can't win without tunneling. That's weird. Because, okay, so let's just go up, guys. Let's just go up here. I'm not cutting this out. Let's go all the way back up to the beginning here. Let's just go up here. So, according to him, I admitted that I can't win without tunneling. That's weird because I literally said right here, I can win without tunneling. I said right here, I can win without tunneling. So, I did quite literally the opposite of what he said I did. He said I admitted I can't win without tunneling, which is weird because right here I said I can win without tunneling. And then he said, we had 3 gens done early game. You tunneled because you realized you were going to lose. Yeah, that's the reason I tunneled. I never said once that I had to tunnel and that I needed to tunnel to win. I only said I had to tunnel because he did gens fast. So where the fuck is your logic, bro? Where the fuck's your logic, bro? What the fuck? I don't understand why people are so fucking stupid. And then I said, do you know what perks are? I'm gonna play how I want to. This guy's a fucking weirdo, dude. So he's just quoting me and mocking me again, which is weird because that's not even mocking at this point. He's just pointing out the obvious. I can literally play however the fuck I want to, okay? I'm not saying you have to bring an anti-tunnel perk, but if you're not going to bring one, then don't complain about being tunneled. It's that simple. Excuse me, I admitted that I can't win without tunneling. 3 crying emojis. Please send a screenshot of this. Maybe instead of bringing Clairvoyance, you should actually bring a useful perk. And then he never responded. Probably because he can't send a screenshot of me admitting it because I didn't fucking admit it. But yeah. And also, I just want to point out, we go over here. He has 326 hours played. So no fucking wonder he's such a child. And even if he had 10,000 hours, I bet he'd still be complaining because, you know, people always find a way to complain. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Saltfest. And, you know, I always think we might have a slowdown on the series. I always think, oh, okay, the salt will stop for a couple months and then start back up. Nope, I just keep getting more and more and more. It's weird. I like this series the most out of every other one. Well, I don't really have any other series. Series? Yeah, series. But yeah, I don't really have I don't have any other series really. And I'm happy. I'm happy that they're giving me Salt. This is just giving me more content, more laughs. I get to make fun of them. People in my comment section will probably take their side because that's what you guys always do. Some entitled survivors take his side even though they know damn well he's wrong, but they can't admit it. Their egos are way too big. In fact, this guy's ego, just imagine his ego is a piece of pizza. There's 8 slices, right? Well, let's just say after he was done arguing with me, his ego was left to 1 slice because that shit got bitten off. His ego is smaller than my penis now, which is quite small if I do say so myself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please join my Discord server link below. Feel free to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more Salt Fests. You know, again, I don't know when the next one will come out or if I'll ever have another one. It just depends on how many people message me, which, you know, I'm not really doubting that they will. I feel like people are always going to be messaging me for absolutely no reason. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.